So there's your finished piece. And now we had already cut another one at the 21. So it's an inch longer than it needs to be. So the other thing that's nice to do is we want these two to be the same length. So once it's coped, go ahead and hold this. If you take and stand it on another piece of tubing, and if this one was coped, it's not coped, I realize that, and you stand them next to each other, you should be able to just match up your cope depths right here and make sure that both of your tubes, which are spreaders, are the same length. And that's how we would check our lengths to make sure they're the same. And then we adjust them as we need to. And then if you have to do an angled cope, let's say we're doing an angled cope here, we can lay our tube up here. If I had to do an angled cope, and then I can take my Sharpie and I can lay it on the tube that I have to match it to and draw it around. Now this is going to be my short side. If I was coping this to fit, this side here would be my short side, and I can just start coping this until this fits. You got a ways to go. You could also put it in a chop saw and go ahead and cut it at an angle, so I didn't have to cope so much. That would actually be a lot quicker for you. And then you just lay your Sharpie on your tube, draw around it. That gives me a reference of where I need to cope, and that's how it's time consuming, yes, but and that's how you trim it. And I would just grind that until it fit.